Hello, welcome to another video from Radiolute channel. A series of video games are banned in Iran, but banning video games in Iran makes no sense at all. Why? I will explain to you with an example that the game Last FS2 was banned in Saudi Arabia and the UAE due to its gay content and scenes. That is, PlayStation cannot publish this game officially and legally, and UAE and Saudi gamers cannot buy the game, but what do they want to do in Iran? PlayStation, Xbox, etc. do not serve Iran at all and do not have Iran in the list of countries. Iranian gamers who want to create an account do not have Iran in the list, so they cannot choose Iran as a location. For this reason, banning games in Iran has no meaning. Iranian gamers can see many banned games on websites and stores. Iranian gamers play for free due to the lack of PlayStation and Xbox services. Gamers hack their consoles or use accounts from other countries. They buy games for 25 cents to the US dollar. Now it is said that Iran is prosecuting these banned games. We still don't know exactly what is meant by prosecuting. It is impossible at all. It costs a lot, and the copied games end up in the hands of Iranian gamers. In a way, this ban on video games is from the Iranian government and game and console providers, but Iranian gamers have been hacked in some way due to the bilateral sanctions of the government and the PlayStation and Xbox companies, and with every ban, they discover new ways and tricks. Most of the bugs that have been fixed by PlayStation and Xbox are somehow owed to Iranian gamers. Let's go to the main issue of banned games in Iran. Most of the games that are banned in Iran have anti-Iranian content or sexual content or naked women. Please subscribe to the channel before watching the rest of the video and press the bell to get notified of our new videos. Now we go to the list of these games. Number 1. Pokémon Go. Pokémon Go is an augmented reality game developed by Niantic Studio and released in 2016 for iOS and Android platforms. This work impressed many people at the very beginning of its publication and quickly attracted a large audience. This game can be considered one of the most controversial works of its time. The use of this game has caused various incidents, from the discovery of a dead body by one of the users to a car accident during the game and the use of the artifact as a means of theft. Pokémon Go, which is considered one of Iran's banned games, broke the download record from the Play Store at the time of its release and was very successful in attracting users. According to the announcement of the National Computer Games Foundation, the reason for banning this work was security issues. Second game, Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 is a first-person shooter game developed by DICE Studio and published by Electronic Arts in 2011 and listed as illegal games in Iran. This work from the Battlefield series, which is the continuation of its second edition, was released for PC, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3 platforms. After its release, Battlefield 3 received a lot of positive feedback from critics and users, and it can be considered one of the successful works of this series. This work, which is on the list of banned games in Iran, tells the story of the coup in Iran. In Battlefield 3, you have to shoot Iranian characters, and the Persian-speaking characters of this work often use profanity. Number 3 on our list, Splinter Cell. Blacklist is a stealth action-adventure game developed by Ubisoft and released in 2013 for the PC, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360 platforms. The events of this work take place 6 months after the events of Splinter Cell: Conviction. The focus of the Splinter Cell Blacklist game is to be in the Middle East and eliminate terrorists and traitors to America. In the story of this game, Iran is a country that is said to create various chaos and manage terrorist attacks. In one of the stages, Sam Fisher met with the commander of the Quds force, and after some events, he gained access to Iran's security servers. Later, he realizes that Iran did not play a role in the military attacks, and the military attack on this country is cancelled. The reason for the presence of this work in the list of banned games in Iran is to present a false image of the country. It is said that the Iranian characters in this game are completely extreme, and the events present a bad image of Iran. Number 4. 1979 Game Revolution, Black Friday. The 1979 Revolution game, among the illegal games in Iran, Friday is a fictional work created and published by Ink and Infusion Interactive. This game was made available for PC, Android, and iOS users in 2016, and in 2018 it made its way to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One consoles. The game 1979 Revolution. Black Friday narrates the events of the 1957 Iranian Revolution from a photographer named Reza. This work, which is considered one of the banned games in Iran, according to the Works Review Committee, does not present a correct narrative. In fact, the main reason for banning this work inside the country is the distortion of historical events. Number 5. ARMA 3 game. The ARMA 3 game is a war and realistic work that the creators have used in the open world mode. This game was developed by Bohemia Interactive Studio and released in 2013 for PC. ARMA 3 is known for providing one of the most realistic military experiences in video games. This work has a wide map and the areas covered. Among other things that this game has in that city, there are many materials. The number of more than 90,000 different materials, which include cars, weapons, areas, and buildings, have been provided to the users of this work. ARMA 3 takes place in the 2000s, the place where the Eastern Alliance, called CS80, led by Iran and China, have faced NATO. The National Foundation of Computer Games and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps have prevented the publication of this work inside the country because the ARMA 3 game introduces Iran as a direct enemy of NATO. However, it should be said that this work, which is considered one of the banned games in Iran, presents major differences and a different experience to the audience with works like Battlefield and Call of Duty. GTA game. GTA game is an action and adventure game created by Rockstar and released in 2013. This open-world game was initially released for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and in 2014, it was made available to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One users. Finally, the game GTA 5 made its way to PC in 2015, and it is not bad to mention that this version of the 9th generation will be released. In this work, you control the characters named Michael, Franklin, and Trevor, and you are free to do anything. GTA game was praised by many controllers and users after its release, and many consider it the best game in history. However, many criticisms were also made to this work. For example, many did not like the view of the creators of this work on women and were dissatisfied with the presentation of violence in its story. Anyway, you should know that the reason for banning this game in Iran is the violence and sexual scenes in it. This was the list of banned games in Iran. We hope that getting to know about illegal games in Iran has been useful for you. What do you think about banned games in Iran? Do you see its ban as justified? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section.